How did the ancient civilizations use propaganda to shape public opinion? A question that takes us back to the cradle of civilization, where the seeds of propaganda were first sown. The story begins in the ancient city-states of Mesopotamia, where the concept of propaganda was in its infancy. The city-states were bustling with life, trade, and politics. Amidst this, the rulers were faced with the task of keeping their populace united and compliant. The tool they employed? Propaganda. Scribes, the learned men of the time, played a crucial role in this endeavor. They painstakingly crafted messages on clay tablets, etching symbols that conveyed the ruler's directives and decisions. These tablets served as a tool of persuasion, aimed at swaying public opinion in favor of the ruling class. Across the desert, in the land of the pharaohs, a similar story unfolded. The ancient Egyptians were masters of visual storytelling. Their hieroglyphics, a sophisticated system of pictorial writing, were not just a means of recording history but also a platform for propaganda. These intricate carvings depicted pharaohs as gods, immortalizing their conquests and achievements. They were designed to inspire awe and reverence, reinforcing the divine status of the pharaohs and ensuring the loyalty of their subjects. The art of propaganda was not confined to these two civilizations. It was used by empires and kingdoms across the globe, each adding their unique touch to this powerful tool. From the grand statues of Rome to the epic narratives of India's Mahabharata, propaganda was used to glorify rulers, justify wars, and push political agendas. These early examples of propaganda, etched in clay or carved in stone, were the first steps in a long journey. They demonstrated the power of persuasive messaging to shape public opinion and steer the course of history. These ancient civilizations may not have known the term propaganda, but they certainly understood its potential. These early examples laid the groundwork for the centuries of propaganda to come. As we delve deeper into this fascinating journey, we will see how propaganda evolved, adapting to changing times while retaining its core purpose, to influence, to persuade, to control. But how did propaganda evolve during times of war? When nations were embroiled in conflict, the power of propaganda was harnessed to rally citizens, boost morale, and demonize the enemy. Let's take a step back to the early 20th century, during World War I. This was a time when propaganda was used in a highly systematic fashion. Governments across the globe used vivid posters and media to encourage enlistment, raise funds, and increase public support for the war effort. These messages, often emotionally charged, painted a picture of valiant soldiers and noble sacrifices, all to stir a sense of patriotism and duty among citizens. Similarly, the enemy was depicted as monstrous and threatening, fostering fear and hatred to further justify the war. As we move forward to World War II, we encounter one of history's most notorious propagandists, Joseph Goebbels. As the Minister of Propaganda for the Nazi regime, Goebbels manipulated mass communication to propagate the horrific ideologies of the Nazis. With a keen understanding of the psychological aspects of propaganda, he masterfully used radio broadcasts, films, and speeches to manipulate the German population, further fueling their aggression and hatred. As the world moved into the tense standoff that was the Cold War, propaganda took on a new form. It was no longer just about rallying the troops or demonizing the enemy. Now, it was also about promoting ideologies. The United States and the Soviet Union were locked in an ideological battle, with each side using propaganda to promote their way of life and discredit the other. This was an arms race of a different kind, an arms race of information and disinformation. From the trenches of World War I to the ideological battlegrounds of the Cold War, it's clear that propaganda has played a crucial role in shaping the course of wars. It's not just about the physical battles fought on the front lines, but also about the psychological battles waged on the home front. Propaganda in wartime became more sophisticated and influential than ever before. Propaganda, however, is not confined to war. How has it been used in times of peace? As the winds of conflict subsided, propaganda didn't disappear. It simply changed its guise. In the absence of war drums, it danced to the rhythm of social and political change. A notable instance is the civil rights movement that shook the foundations of the United States in the 1960s. The struggle for equality was not just fought on the streets, but also in the hearts and minds of people. Activists and organizations employed potent symbols and slogans to challenge racial discrimination and segregation. "I have a dream," the iconic phrase by Martin Luther King Jr., was not just a speech, but a powerful piece of propaganda that mobilized millions in the quest for equality. Beyond social movements, propaganda found its way into our daily lives, shaping our attitudes towards health and wellness. Consider the anti-smoking campaigns of the late 20th century. The stark images of blackened lungs, the catchy phrase, "smoking kills," and the relentless TV ads were all part of a concerted effort to curb tobacco consumption. This public health propaganda saved countless lives, demonstrating the power of well-intentioned persuasion. In the realm of consumerism, propaganda took on a more subtle form. Advertising, in essence, is propaganda. It seeks to shape our desires, to make us believe that we need a certain product to be happy, successful, or loved. From the "Diamonds Are Forever" campaign that transformed the diamond industry, to the clever marketing strategies of tech giants, propaganda has been used to steer consumer behavior in profound ways. Propaganda, thus, is a versatile tool. Its reach extends far beyond the battlefield, seeping into every facet of our lives. It is a powerful instrument that can spark social change, promote healthier choices, and even alter our consumer habits. So the next time you see a compelling ad, a persuasive public service announcement, or a rallying cry for justice, remember, you're looking at propaganda in action. Propaganda was adapted for various purposes, from promoting social change to influencing consumer behavior. With the advent of the digital age, how has propaganda continued to evolve? As we stepped into the 21st century, the landscape of propaganda underwent a seismic shift. The digital age, characterized by the ubiquity of the internet and the rise of social media platforms, opened up new avenues for the dissemination of information. But here's the twist. It also increased the potential for the spread of misinformation and disinformation. Social media platforms, with their vast user bases and powerful algorithms, have become the new battlegrounds for propaganda. They offer a platform for the rapid, widespread propagation of messages, be they true or false. The line between information and misinformation is often blurred, leading to the rise of phenomena like fake news and conspiracy theories. Fake news, a term that has gained prominence in recent years, refers to false information or propaganda presented as real news. It often takes advantage of the speed and reach of social media to spread, causing confusion, creating divisions, or influencing public opinion. Conspiracy theories, too, have found a fertile ground in the digital landscape, with sensational and unfounded claims often spreading like wildfire across platforms. The digital age has also seen the emergence of data-driven propaganda. A case in point is the Cambridge Analytica scandal. This British political consulting firm was accused of harvesting the personal data of millions of Facebook users without their consent and using it to target them with political advertisements. This scandal served as a stark reminder of the power and potential misuse of data in the digital era. But it's not all doom and gloom. The digital age has also provided tools for countering propaganda. Fact-checking websites, algorithmic tweaks to downrank false information, and increased public awareness are all part of the efforts to combat the misuse of digital platforms for propaganda. The digital age brought new challenges and opportunities for propaganda, making it more accessible and pervasive than ever before. So, what does the future hold for propaganda? As we venture further into the 21st century, the landscape of propaganda is set to become even more complex and sophisticated. With the advent of technologies such as artificial intelligence and deepfakes, the potential for manipulation of information reaches new heights. Imagine a world where videos of world leaders or public figures can be manipulated with such precision that it becomes nearly impossible to differentiate the real from the fabricated. That's the power of deepfakes. These hyper-realistic AI-generated videos can be used to spread false information, incite fear, or even influence political outcomes. Artificial intelligence, too, promises to revolutionize the world of propaganda. Through machine learning, algorithms can now analyze vast amounts of data to create highly targeted propaganda. These algorithms can identify our likes, dislikes, fears, and desires, and use that information to craft messages that hit us right where it matters most. This level of personalization makes modern propaganda more effective and more dangerous than ever before. But all is not lost. The same technology that enables this new wave of propaganda also holds the key to countering it. Sophisticated AI systems are being developed to detect and debunk deepfakes and other forms of digital deception. Meanwhile, initiatives to enhance media literacy are gaining momentum worldwide. By teaching individuals to critically analyze the information they consume, we can equip them with the tools they need to navigate this complex information landscape. The future of propaganda is a daunting prospect, but it's also a call to action. As consumers of information, we must remain vigilant. We need to question what we see, scrutinize what we read, and challenge what we're told. As propaganda continues to evolve, so too must our ability to discern truth from manipulation. In this ever-changing landscape, one thing remains constant: the power of propaganda to shape our perception of the world.